Hey, hello and welcome to Cloud Champions Club, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on this Terraform launch session. In next few minutes, what I'm going to show you is, how we have launched Terraform and how you, by learning Terraform and by clubbing Terraform skill with your cloud computing, how you can create wonders or how you can crack through this job space in the market. Okay, so that's what we are going to show you. I want you to stay tuned for next 30 minutes and take it from there. So with that being said, I'll go ahead with the launch and quickly sharing my screen. Right. So I'll be touching on various points, but starting with my mission. Okay. So again, for people who know me, I wanted to anchor you again on the mission. Remember in the workshop that we attended, I'm on a mission to help 100,000 people become an independent cloud champion. So this is a space that I'm creating a community where people are learning cloud by interest and by choice, not by chance. Okay. So I feel glad to share today. The community is 248 members today, and we are very close to, you can say 250. But I'm really looking forward to many more in coming days. But thank you so much for joining me on this mission and taking another leap of faith to join me on Terraform Champions or Terraform launch session. So with that being said, moving on to the next session. So with this Terraform offering, when I was crafting this curriculum on Terraform, I thought, why not add a financial awareness session as well? Okay. So the reason I'm talking about financial awareness is because do you see in the first part of my curriculum where I was training you on solution architect associate curriculum, I'm trying to help you master cloud. And I'm trying to get you a higher salary than what you are at. Okay. So now that, once you crack a job, and once you get that desired hike, the thing is you are making more money. But again, if you don't show the paths to money, the default path is it would get wasted. So are we investing the money in the right approach? Are we, saving those money? Are we trying to grow our money? Because all these are different terms. Like earning money is a different part of ball game. Saving money or holding money is a different ball game. Making your money work or growing your money is a different part of ball game. I want you to be aware of this kind of all these games. Why? Because most of the IT folks, they're totally not financially aware. I've seen that because I'm coming from my own financial world and I never had any financial awareness the moment when I started my career. Okay. And I was actually screwed up in the first 2 years when I was able to hit a salary where I was able to save some bucks. The moment I started investing, I realized I made some wrong decisions and I realized that my financial awareness was as good as zero. I don't want you guys to face those challenges. That's why I'm adding a financial flavor of this financial touch to our technical session because where you are able to make good money, I also want you to ensure that you are also investing those money in the right channels because if you don't invest right now, tomorrow it will be very difficult for you to grow that money. Okay. So with that tension, I'll be starting with the financial thing and then the Terraform. Okay. So there are three aspects about the financial session that I'm adding here at. So first, why financial awareness? I gave you some reasons, but again, the deeper reasons are which I wanted to let you know is I the moment when I made my first financial decision, I ended up screwing or investing in some wrong policies. In fact, I was sold some plans which was different. What was told to me on phone was totally different than what I ended up getting in my hands, like the documentation. Okay, that's when I struggled. I tried to understand what investments are. Okay, so I'm going to touch three parts of investments and the financial aspects. The first is health insurance, life insurance, and mutual fund. Okay, so let's talk about health insurance. So just for your information, for people who are not aware, guys, I'm a health insurance advisor. So I have a tie up with Star Health Insurance. Okay. So I'm a health insurance advisor as well. Recently, I'm serving only existing clients. I'm not taking any new clients just because now, right now, I'm totally fully focused on this mission that I have. But yes, I've been health insurance advisor from past 6 to 7 years, I can say. Talking about life insurance, I am also a life insurance advisor. I was advisor with life insurance company that's LIC. And yes, even there, I'm serving only limited sets of existing clients. I'm not taking any new proposals. So that's my take on life insurance. With mutual funds, I help people with the investments as well. So I'm going to show you some portfolios of my existing clients as well, so that you understand what investments is about and what Insurance can you okay? We're touching on all three aspects, starting with health insurance first. Okay. So what is that you will know in health insurance? So my quick question to you is, how many of you do not have health insurance, your personal health insurance? And when I say that, no, I'm not talking about your health insurance with the company, that you get from a company. I'm talking about your personal health insurance. And how many of you have those questions? Should I have my personal health insurance as well, along with the company? Other questions that you might have is your complete family covered under it? Which means your company insurance might cover only you, or in some cases, you and your family, but not your parents. In very rare cases, you, your immediate family, which means your spouse, your children's, and your parents. So is your complete family covered under insurance? If not, then again, do you have personal insurance and your personal insurance covering up your family members or not? One of the questions that you always, that might be haunting you is which company to opt for. There are so many companies in the market, right? Which company to opt for? And should I go with government companies? Should I go with private? And then again, different players in the private companies as well. Again, one of the questions is what is the sum assured, which means what is the insurance value to go with? Should it be 3 lakh, 5 lakh, 10 lakh? What is that sum assured that you have to go with? this these are the questions which we don't have answer to, and we randomly pick some assured and we go with it, and then when you hit a claim, that's when you realize this sum assured which you went for was way less than what you actually needed. So what's the criteria to decide on sum assured on the insurance? Okay, do you have an accidental insurance? How is accidental insurance, in fact, different than health insurance? That's also one of the questions we don't have answer to. So these are the all questions which we never get answer to, and we keep hanging on those things. We keep those things pending. But when we hit actually those situations, each one of you have went through those COVID situation when that is when we realize the importance of health insurance, right? So I want you to help with the knowledge of what are answers to these questions so that you can make a right decision for yourself. Okay. And whether you make a health insurance or not, that's up to you. But at least you would be able to make an informed decision. Okay, these are the reasons why I'm going for my personal health insurance, or these are the reasons why I'm not going for my personal health insurance. That is an informed decision rather than not making any decision due to lack of awareness. Okay. And that is what I call as health session awareness. And again, what is sum assured for health insurance or the accidental insurance? Should you buy health insurance for your parents or not? Like, should I buy health insurance only for myself, or do my family members or my parents also need it? So these are all the burning questions. So the outcome of my health insurance session is I want you to get answers to all these questions. Plus, as an outcome, you'll be able to pick the right kind of health insurance for yourself and your parents. You will know which company to go with. Okay, I'll give you sufficient information so that you are sure which company to go with. Again, there is no such right or wrong. Like you can go with governmental as well, you can go with private, but which is good, which is that suits your criteria. This something that you should be aware of. Lastly, you will know the right sum insured to go for, which means at the end of this session, if at all you know you are not going for health insurance, you know why. And if at all you are going, you are very clear which company to go with, what the sum assured, and like whom you do you want to cover. Is it that you want to cover only yourself, your parents, and your immediate family as well? So this is the outcome of health insurance. Okay. Moving on to the next quick session is life insurance. Okay. Now, this is one of the important aspects because I want each one of you to think how many of you are the only earning source in your family? Now, in most of the families, you see it's only one earning source. It's husband or it's wife, or so in some cases today, in the modernized world, definitely both husband and wife are working. But my question to you is, what if the primary earning source, in some cases, primary and secondary earning sources, if both husband and wife are earning, what if they are gone? We have to think of this situation. I know I'm talking about a hard situation, but that's what practically happens when when the plans fail. Because you see, we are when we talk about investment, when we talk about growing fund, we are talking about the period 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. Anything can happen in before that, right? We prepared for the damage control if anything goes the way which is not planned. That's where life insurance comes in, pitches in. So I want you to be aware of whether do you have life insurance or not. Now, I'm not talking about life insurance which you might get from your company. Again, not all companies give life insurance, but even if you have, you might have with a life with your company. I'm talking about, do you have your own personal life insurance? Even if you have your own life insurance, I want you to reflect at what is the sum assured for that life insurance. Is that 1 lakh, 2 lakh, or 5 lakh? Or is that something really good amount which, family would get if the primary source is lost? Now, many of you, you know what, you'd be very sure of what the premium that you are paying for the life insurance, but you would not be sure of the sum assured or your insurance value. That is what I call as, financial illiteracy. You're paying the premiums, but we don't know what is the sum assured. And most of us, we are not, even insured. Now, your two-wheeler is insured, your four-wheeler is insured, but if you have not insured your life, don't you see, we are devaluing our lives. In fact, we give more value to these assets like, two-wheelers and four-wheelers. They are more valuable than our life because we have not insured our life. Do you see that? That's where I want you to be aware of what is life insurance, why you should go for it, what is the sum assured that you should have, how much is the premium that you should be paying, which company to opt with. Again, there are many players in private and the governmental companies. Which one to go with? What kind of life insurance you have to go with? Because there are many plans even in life insurance. Which one is the suitable? Which company should you prefer and why? What should be your ideal life cover policy? What should be the tenure? Because there are life insurance for 20 years, 15 years, 20 years, 35, even 40 years, even after, 70s and 80s. But what's the right tenure to go with? What are the impact if you delay your life insurance policy? Which means you can buy your life insurance policy today, whatever your age is, 30, 35, you can delay it by another 3 or 5 years. But what's the impact of it? Okay. That is something that I'll be sharing. And should you buy life insurance for your parents or not? Which is one of the biggest questions that all of us have. Like, okay, you're ready to buy that health insurance or life insurance for yourself. What about your parents? Should you be buying for that? No. So I want you to get that clarity. So as an outcome, this would be a one session. And after this session, you will know which policy to go with or which company to go with. Okay. So you will have a clear idea like which company you should go for. Should that be private? Should that be the governmental company, which policy to go with, which means what types of policies and what should be the sum assured, the right sum assured for. You'll have answer to all these questions which you may not have right now. And that is what I call as, financial literacy. Now, coming back to the most important point. So now, insurance and life insurance, I want you to understand these are expenses, but these are good expenses to make because you're not making money here. You're just ensuring that if at all you go ill, your medical expenses are covered. You see, when you in the COVID times, the medical expenses went to 3 lakh, 5 lakh, for some even 10, 15, 20 lakhs. So do you see your hard earned money of 3 lakhs was liquidated in a matter of few days? That's where health insurance comes to your rescue. And that's where, life insurance, if at all, like I said, I give an example, if primary earning source is lost, your child education doesn't stop, your family, like your parents who are almost at the retirement age, they still can lead their the deserved life. Okay, that's why we should have life insurance and the health insurance. Lastly, coming back to mutual funds, so now that we have made the good or required expenses, now let's talk about growing money. Okay, so you are making money when you get that hike with solution architect associate thing. Now I helped you in making some good expenses which helps you secure yourself, which helps you secure your immediate family like your spouse and your kids, and also which helps you secure your parents and your entire family. So these two are the expenses. I'm being very clear with it, but these are good expenses to be made. Secure your family. Now coming back to growing your fund. Okay. And this is where I'll talk about mutual funds. So here, just for your information, guys, I'm also a mutual fund advisor. I'll show you some portfolios of my, you can say, existing uh, clients. But I want you to understand, what's a mutual fund. I want you to understand that it's not the same as share market that we play with. Okay. So what is a mutual fund? Why you should invest in mutual fund, and how is mutual fund better than shares? The shares market that we are talking about. Okay. Because there's a lot of myths and perception about the share market, the market, mutual funds, and a lot more stuff or the fluff that goes in. But do we ever try to get clarity out of that chaos? So this is more of a clarity session that will break all your myths and perceptions about mutual funds or share market. And more importantly, how do you get started with the mutual fund investment? I want you to ask each to yourself, Any of you thought that, someday when you start earning or when you'll get on job, you will save some investments, you'll make some investments, make some savings. But my question to you is, how many of you are making the sufficient savings? I'm not talking about savings 5,000, 10,000, or in 20,000 a year. I'm talking about the big savings so that you are also securing your future. You are building your plans and plans for your children's education, higher education, and plans for even your retirement. Are you saving enough for it? If no, you see, we are delaying uh, all these plans, and trust me, this delay is going to cost you much more than planning it. So in this session, I want you to plan it. And right now, I love to give you a demo. So I'll be showing you a client portfolio of one of my clients, in fact, few of my clients, but I'll give you a demo. But the outcome, here is what I'm expecting. So there will be a separate session given to you on mutual funds, and here is the outcome of that. So in that session, this will be a one session, one time session, around 3 hours, but you will have a better understanding of what mutual fund is, how it is different than share market. And plus, I'm also planning to get you started, which means after this session, I would extend one-to-one call with you. It would be a one-to-one call, but I would, if you are really interested and committed to get started on investments and savings, I can get you started with as low as 500 per month. Okay. And lastly, I would let you get started with a tentative plan so that you start saving something, grow your money, see some growth, and then you can make big plans. But that is my goal for you. Like, till we are done with this session, I want you to get started with a mutual fund investments, okay, where you are growing money. You're not saving money, but you are growing it. So you are making money work for you. Okay. So that's the session that I'm planning for you. Now let's take quick a few minutes to go through the client portfolio. So let me quickly show you one of the client portfolio of my clients so that you know with what rate are we growing this investments. So okay, so let me take you to the mutual fund portfolio of my clients. And before I show my clients, let me show you the overall portfolio of the fund that I'm managing. So again, I would like to reiterate, guys, I'm also a financial advisor where I help students and you can say some professionals with investments. So you can see this is my portfolio that I'm managing. This is a portfolio of 71 lakhs 22,583. Okay, this is a portfolio that I'm managing till date for my clients. I have very limited clients. I would say 12 to 13 clients, but this is a big portfolio because I prefer, work shorter, like, I prefer than under commitment and over delivery rather than over commitment and under delivery. Okay. So I'm working with very limited clients, but I'll show you the kind of returns that I'm giving them. Okay. So for now, I want you to just focus on this two things. First, it's a 71 lakhs for portfolio that I'm managing right now. And the total SIP amounts that is going every month is close to almost 3 lakhs, which is 2,99,000, which is very close to 3 lakhs every month. Okay. That's the investments amount, including me and even my clients, I would say. So now let me show you a client portfolio of one of my clients. And now watch what are the kind of returns that they are getting. But before I show you that, my expectation, my quick question to you is, what is the returns that you are making on your money right now? I want each one of you to think that. I want you to write that person in the Zoom chat or in this chat, or I want you to write that person in your notepad. What is the percent of returns that you are making on your investments right now? And is that helping you? I want you to write what that investment percent is. Is that 5%, 6%, 7%? Just write that down. And now let me show you this. Okay. So I'm showing you one of my client portfolio. I've taken the permission. So I'm not I've shown you whatever I'm showing you here. The client is already informed. So it is not something that I'm showing you out of my box. This is based on all ethics. Like I've taken the permission, kind permission of my client. Okay. So now watch this. The entire portfolio, if you see, is around 24 lakhs for this client. I'm just talking about this one client. Okay. But now watch this. I want you to take a look at this returns. Okay. So now annual portfolio for this fund is 19%, 18%, 17%, 14%. And I want you to see the important thing. Is that in green or is that in red? Green means we are in profit. Okay. So watch this 16%. Now here, of course, this is a lowest returns so far, which is 6.49. And I can guarantee you this is way better than what you're earning in your savings in your bank. But this is still better, I would say. Okay. 22%, 28%, 16%, 14%. Okay. So this investment of 19 lakhs is worth 24 lakhs with a profit of 5 lakh 17,000 right now. And the return over investment is 18.6%. Okay. Uh, which is the annual return. But in this last 2 quarters, which have been really great. So if I talk about the quarterly or the current till date returns, which is 26.68%, sorry, 26.58%. This is the kind of returns that I'm talking about. Okay. Now, be very realistic on ground. What I tell my clients is, even if you get 10% of returns, 12%, you should be very happy with that. Anything that you make on top of it, take it as a bonus. Okay, that's what. So I really help them making this focused investments so that this is where your money is growing. And again, let me tell you, this money is not invested in a single day. I'm being very transparent. So for you, some of you would feel that okay, 19 lakhs only made till 24, 5 lakhs. This is invested over a period of 3 to 5 years, and by making SIPs of 5,000, 10,000, and 15,000 a month. So even with your 10,000 and 15,000 a month, you can make such huge, savings over a period of 3, 5 years. And now imagine if you save for your, child education plans, for your retirement plans, and all those plans that you have. Trust me, this is a strategy that you should have. So if you have no strategy, we are actually preparing for a disaster, which I really don't want to. So this is why I'm talking about the financial awareness, where you are securing your family with health insurance, life insurance, and then you are making your money grow with the mutual funds. So I hope that was clear. And now coming back to the actual Terraform thing, which means again the technical stuff. Now that you have secured your family with health insurance, life insurance, and now that you have started saving money, not only saving, but helping your money grow. Let's talk about the Terraform. Okay. So let's understand how Terraform will help you grow and, grow better in your career. So here are the promises that I'm making. This is what you will learn in Terraform with us. Okay. So Terraform, quickly giving you an idea of what are the topics that we would cover in Terraform. So I'll be walking you through quick intro of Terraform, like, what is Terraform and how, it introduced. I will help you, set up the Terraform. So there is a local environment that you'll have to set up. So Terraform modules to be installed, plus a local machine setup, which means how to configure that on your machine. Terraform overview, which means, what are the different tools, uh, which we are in market, but we are not serving those purpose. That is why Terraform. So what gave birth to Terraform? I'll talk about that journey, coming back to Terraform basics. So I'll talk about how, what is that HCL language which we use here to, write Terraform code, plus what is Terraform state. I will talk about that and we'll understand what are the best practices to save the state. Then talking about Terraform providers, where I'll go deep down to help you understand, Terraform can connect to your local machine, which means your machine or the laptop. It can also connect to any cloud environments. In fact, it can connect to 200 or 300 plus different um, applications. One such application could be Amazon Cloud, the other application could be Azure, GCP, and so on. So those are called as providers. So multiple providers, how to connect with them, plus Terraform variables. We'll talk about what are Terraform variables and the resource dependencies. So this session, Terraform session, would be a combination of recorded plus live. But the best thing is, within that session itself, I will ensure that you are done with all the labs. Which means once we conclude that session, you will be done with the lab session. Okay, so that is what I'm committing on this. So labs and plus Q&A, that's part of it. But what is the outcome out of it? So here are the outcome that I'm promising here. So right now you are a novice, which means you don't know the ABC of Terraform. So from a novice, what I'm guaranteeing here is you would definitely not be a beginner. You would be somewhere at the mid of intermediate. So you'll not be a pro. Yes, somewhere in the region from beginner to definitely an intermediate. This is what my promises to you. Plus practical hands-on within the sessions, which means though this is live plus recorded, but I will ensure that you are done with the labs within that session only, whenever we have that. Okay. Those sessions I'm planning only on Saturdays. Plus we would have a live Q&A. So though you are going through some combination of live and recording thing, but the Q&A would be live, at least for this second round. I had the same thing in the first, but I'm going to go with the same plan even this second round as well. Projects. So we would be creating a project while we are learning. Okay, the project is already included. That's already part of it. Plus, we will have a tight accountability, which means right now I'm planning limited candidates, and the reason is to have a tight accountability, not as loose as just like we have in the solution architect associate. Okay, so it would be a tight accountability concept kind of thing. Plus, this is more of a result focus. Now, the reason I'm talking about result focus is because I'm planning you to pitch uh, in an area where you're not. Uh, you're not promoting yourself just as a cloud learner. You are promoting yourself, you're pitching yourself in an area where you are cloud expert plus Terraform, which is a deadly combination. That's where I'm trying to target you so that you get an edge over others. Where people in the market, they're trying to learn Terraform or they're trying to learn cloud. I'm giving you a sweet spot where you're getting a mastery on Terraform plus cloud. And this is a unbeatable combination. I can tell you that. Why? Because I have worked as a Terraform automation person. Okay. So let me show you this one thing. I wanted to show you the requirement of Terraform, Terraform professionals right now. So I'll quickly go on to this Naukri portal and I'll share you in a quick minute. I want you to see what are the perspectives, job perspectives for a Terraform engineer. Okay, so I'm quickly going through, I'm sharing my screen where I'm on my Naukri portal and I've searched for Terraform. And you can see there are 27,780 requirements for Terraform. But watch this. The requirement, it says DevOps lead, only hybrid. So most of the platforms will be cloud plus Terraform. Okay, where the cloud knowledge is required and plus Terraform is also required. Like, this says AWS solution architect, but they also want Terraform person. And again, anything will do, AWS or Azure. Even if you have one cloud knowledge, plus Terraform adds a lot of value. So you can see this, they are looking for Ansible, they are looking for Terraform. This is where most of the people, they do not fit in that criteria. This is where I want you to pitch yourself so that this is a sweet spot where you can yourself, and there are abundance of openings for such kind where cloud architects who are expected to know automation. When you say automation, again they are asking Terraform. Okay, so you might think that Sham, there is no Terraform written here. Automation is what is Terraform is what they mean in most of the cases. If there is any other tool, they will specify. But even if you know Terraform with cloud, trust me, you have a sweet spot. So you can understand the scope that I'm trying to land you at. Coming back to the presentation once again, now, here are the session dates. So these are the tentative dates. Again, we will be starting our sessions at. So we are starting with the health insurance session. So guys, for Terraform, I need 3 Saturdays. Since we are coming very close to Diwali, so I'm placing the Terraform dates from 18th November, but we still have 2 Saturdays. So we'll be starting with the health insurance session on 28th October. Post that, we have got one more Saturday just before Diwali. We'll talk about life insurance session. Then we'll take a break for Diwali. So it's for another, you can say, week of break, 10 days of break from Diwali. And then we hit for Terraform back to back 3 Saturdays. So 18th, 25th, and 2nd December. These are the tentative dates. Mutual funds will be ending with mutual funds on 9th December. If at all there is one more call needed, I will book a one another call so that I help you with the investments. But overall, 6 sessions, and the time that I want you to book yourself on these Saturdays is 10 to 2. That's 4 hours. I would need less than that, but I still want you to book for 4 hours. If anything goes, Q&A might go a little long, but 3 hours is what I need. I want you to book yourself for 4 hours in advance. Okay. So these are the session dates. Now let me show you, talk about the support. By the support, you'll get live plus recorded session. Like I said, this is a combination of live plus recorded, and whatever session that we will be delivering, even that would be recorded. So you'll get access to that. You will have theory and concept explanation plus demos. So all of that covered within the session itself. Recorded demo sessions to be covered in bootcamp itself. That's what I'm saying, that even though this is live plus recorded, I'll ensure that all those demos, all those labs, you are done within that session itself. Okay. Of course, you will have to be committed, which means you have to show up on time and you have to take all those actions that I'm asking you to. So considering that you are taking that, this is what I'm ensuring. Plus, we'll also have bi-weekly calls, which means once you're done with the session, or once you are into the session, we'll have bi-weekly calls. And what I'm offering is 6 calls, which means one call every 2 weeks. But I want to have 6 calls so that I take on questions, I answer your questions, and I get you going. Plus, extended support for 3 months. So this is when I say extended support, which means even when you are done with the Terraform curriculum, I'll give an extended support. If you have any queries, I can extend that support from. So in November, we are covering. So November, December, January, the support is available for another 3 months for you to come back, ask questions, get those answers, and be that Terraform champion. Talking about benefits. So the benefits. So let's talk about two benefits here: the market benefits and the C3 benefits. The market benefits I've shown you in the Naukri portal that Terraform is in huge demand. But the thing is, this utter combination of Terraform plus cloud, this critical combination is missing. So this is Terraform already is in a huge demand. You would be a deadly combination if you learn Terraform with AWS. And that's why I'm not released this Terraform curriculum to anyone outsider. Right now, I've released only in my community because only you will have that edge of cloud plus Terraform. You'll be most valuable resource for any company. And plus, I'll be helping you with learning the best coding practices. So we'll be working on writing this code with Visual Studio. Can you imagine where you are learning to code with me, you're learning to write automation. Again, this is not a traditional coding of writing Java and .NET code. This is like writing short piece of 3-liner and 4-liner code where you don't even have to remember the code. How many of you would love that? Where you are writing a code where you don't even have to remember the code. Okay. So I'll show you tip and tricks of how to leverage Visual Studio Code. You don't need to remember the code hard way. So I'll try to make complex topics simple for you. I'll try to simplify this Terraform for you. Those are top 6 no beating in bullshit market benefits for you that I'm bringing on the table. Plus C3 benefits. Okay, these are the C3 benefits that I'm bringing here. So I'm planning to have internal projects just like we have, internal projects after solution architect associate. I'm planning to have some more projects for C3 candidates related to Terraform. You would be preferred candidate. If you are joining us, you would be a preferred candidate. Plus, you would be a cloud warrior for Terraform, which means, do you see, last a couple of months back, the last batch, we had people who completed this curriculum. So they would be a kind of facilitator for you. So while they are facilitating you, they are also learning. Now, you next time, once you learn this with us, next batch that we have, you would be facilitated to them. So while you are teaching someone else, while you are helping someone else, you would be learning. So this is where this is a benefit that I want you to have. So you will get this only if you join us. And yeah, again, I'm trying to implement the golden triangle: learn, do, and teach. Okay, that's the benefit that you will get. Quickly showing you a demo. I want you to have a quick demo so that you understand the power of Terraform. Okay, I want you to see that. So I'll be showing you how Terraform can be connected with your local machine, plus how it can be connected even to the Amazon account. So I'll be showing you 2 quick demos and so market quick glimpse. This I have already shown you with that Naukri.com thing. So let me quickly show you a demo on this. So I'll quickly wait for a second. Okay, so guys, let's get started with demo. I'll quickly show you the first part of the demo where we'll be creating a file locally here. So sharing my complete screen for a quick minute. Okay, so now let me share folder here. Okay, so guys, you can see I'm into this folder, D drive Terraform, and let's go to this. Okay, I'll delete this file because anyways, I'm going to create this file. So I'll show you a Terraform code. So now let me show you how Terraform works. So I'll quickly show you, take you on a Visual Studio screen. Okay, so now this is a Terraform code. This is just a 4-liner code. Okay, now don't worry about how this code works because this is what we'll discuss in the curriculum. But here, simply what I'm doing is I'm creating a file. You can see I'm creating a file under D drive Terraform lab, this lab, and the file name is pets.txt. It would have a text, I am a champion. As simple as that. So what I'm doing is I'll create a file. You see the commands. I'll be running simple few commands here. So first, this is my console. So at the top, I'm writing my code. At the bottom, you can see this is where my console is. Okay. So I'll go into the directory here, the right directory. So I'll go into D drive Terraform lab. You can see here. And now here I'll run few commands. So now you can see I'll be going to run command Terraform apply. Okay. Which is going to apply this code. But before I apply this code, I want to show you something. Yeah, if you see, there is no pets.txt file here. Okay. this is what I'm going to create. So I say Terraform apply. And you can see it is showing that it will create a file, and the file would have content I am a champion. But it's asking me for a permission. So I'll say yes, and I'll say enter, and let me take you to the drive. And you can see the pets.txt has come up again. And if I click this, you can see it says I am a champion. So do you see, just with that one-liner piece of code, I was able to create that file. And more importantly, now see how easy it is to destroy this file. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll again go back to this code. You can see this created one resource. Let's say I want to delete this resource, right? So I'll just clear this first. Okay, and all I have to simply say is, a while back I said Terraform apply. Now I will say Terraform destroy. Okay. Now be very aware of when you run this command. So don't worry. This is demo. We are running it, but this is what I'll teach you in the you can say sessions. We have to be very cautious with this. So we'll say Terraform destroy. It will again show what it is going to destroy, and again it will ask for permission. Okay. And once I say yes, now if I go back to the thing, you can see that threads.txt is gone. Okay. So we are again into Terraform lab, pets.txt is gone. So you see how easy it is to destroy files and to create files. Okay. So that is a quick demonstration for the connecting Terraform with your local machine. Now, the second demonstration I want to show you is how to create resources on cloud, because that is what we are learning Terraform for. Okay. Yeah. Some students saying, awesome. Thank you so much. Truly appreciate that. Now let's see the real wonder here. Okay. So let me take you to my Amazon console. Okay, so I'm into my Amazon console. I'm into North Virginia region, and let's go to EC2. Okay, so I'll go to EC2 thing here, and let's see if we have any instances running. So you can see we don't have any instances running here. So I'll go back to my Visual Studio Code. Okay, and you remember there are various ways to create EC2 instances, but now let me show you the powerful way to create resources on cloud using Terraform. So I'll quickly show you a code here. Now you can see this is a Terraform code that I'll be using, and you can see how simple is this. Now you can write a shell script, which would be as long as 10, 20 lines to create that EC2 instance. But here, I want you to take a look at this code, this 7-liner code. And in fact, this 3-liner are just for tags. So actually the code is just 3-liner, you can say. Okay. And what this would be doing, this would be creating an instance, Amazon EC2 instance. From this machine image, the instance would be t2.micro, and it would have a tag c3-demo. This is what I want you to understand at this level right now. So let me clear this. But before I run any command, let me go into the right folder. Okay. So again, you don't need to overwhelm yourself of how to write this code. This is what I'll be training you in that session. Okay. So again, I'll be running, once you write this code, I'll be running Terraform apply. Okay. Let's see what it has for us. Now, this might take a little time because it's trying to connect to Amazon from the backend. And if you remember, I told you I'll be teaching you the Terraform set. This is what I was talking about. How do you connect, integrate Terraform on your local machine with your Amazon account? So that is what I'll teach you on the setup side. So let's give it another few moments. Connect with our Amazon account in the backend. It takes time for the first time, but after that, it will run seamlessly. So you can see it is clearly showing that, okay, it would create a EC2 instance, T2 micro, and there are some settings which it will get to know only after it applies. The Amazon machine image, this is a machine image that it would be creating. That would be C3-demo. Okay. And before I say yes, it's asking me for the permission. Before I say yes, again, I'm showing you the screen. There is no instance. I'm into North Virginia. I'm into my Amazon account. So I'll go ahead and I'll say yes here, permitting it to create a resource. Okay, and now watch this. So let's give it a few more seconds to create the thing and do the magic. So I'll come back to the console once again, and let's see if there's something coming up here. Let's give it a few more seconds. Yeah, now it has started creating. Okay, so now let's refresh this. And you can see in matter of few minutes, in fact, not even a minute, the moment I said apply, it's not still not a minute, but you can see a instance with C3-demo. And if I click this, you can see this is t2.micro, okay, is coming up. So see how seamless it is to create this instance. Now, I'm sure that when you join me in the workshop of Solution Architect Associate, I told you, remember I told you that when you create Amazon is instance machine for the first time, you'd have loved it. But now I want you to take it to the next level where definitely if I ask you to create this machine again and again and again manually, this is not something that you would love. Why not go for automation? Okay. So this is the kind of simple automation where I'm talking about where you're not writing the core .NET or Java code, Java or .NET code, big, huge code, just a simple line of code, which is creating a huge infrastructure in the background. Okay. So you can see this instance is coming up and it is running now. So you can see this is the instance is created. And just for your information, if you want to cross check, you can see the instance ID is ending, it ends with 045A1. And if I come here, you can see this ends with 045A1. I'm just showing you, so just to double check, just to cross check, it's the same instance that we just created from the backend. Okay. Now power again. So if it is this easy to create instance, now let's see how easy it is even to you know, modify things. Like here, let's say I want to change it to something else. So C3 Terraform. Okay, so I change the code, which means I just want to rename the instance name. So the thing is, I'll say again Terraform apply and see how easy it is. So even if you modify the code, it's very easy to apply those things. And then lastly, what we would do is we would simply destroy the instance. But I want you guys to imagine how flexible it is to operate using Terraform. So let's wait for it to connect from the backend. So it's trying to refresh the state, gets its current state of the instance, and then it will check what is the code change, and then it will identify and then it will deploy the changes. But before it deploys or applies the changes, it again asks me for the confirmation. So let's see, and you can see it is showing the change. Like C3 demo would change to C3 Terraform. It's confirming, and I say yes. And now if I go back to the screen, okay, let's give it a little moment. Okay, so we'll have to wait for the message to pop up here because the changes are happening in the backend. So let's give it another few minutes. You can see it is modifying. Okay, so if I refresh this, you can see it got renamed to Terraform, C3-Terraform. So that's how quick this is. Now you can see one change. So this is the change that is deployed. Now let's come to the final part, that is destroying. Okay, so let's destroy the resource. Now that the purpose is served, let's see how easy it is to destroy this resource. So creating resource, destroying resources after the work is done is so seamless. That is what I want you to understand. And this is what we will be doing in that sessions. And again, we will be doing a project as well, okay, while we are learning. So let's see how easy it is to destroy this instance. Post that, we'll come back to the closing end of the sessions and then Q&A. So I'll take another 2 minutes to complete our demo. Let's give it one more second, few more seconds, in fact. And again, showing you the current state of instance. Now, before it deletes, it would show me the all the information, like what is the IP of it, what are the details. So now you can see here, before it deletes, it's showing me all the information. Remember, I told you it will show me the IP, public IP, private IP, instance ID. So it's showing me and it's confirming, asking for the confirmation. Of course, I want to delete, so I'll say yes. And it's also showing me all the details related to all the components connected with it, the volumes, the hard disk drives, even the NAC, like, sorry, not the NAC, but the NIC card. network interface card. So it will show you all the details. And now if I go back to the console, let's try to refresh this. It will take another few seconds to, yeah. Now it has started destroying. So let's go back to the console and let's refresh this. And you can see it's going in the shutting down state. This is a typical scenario when you delete the resources, it goes into shutting down state and then it goes to terminated. Okay. So that's how easy it is to use Terraform, and that's how easy it is to create and destroy resources on Terraform. So coming back to the presentation once again, this is what we'll learn in Terraform. Now, something that I want you to talk about. So now coming back to the investment, guys, I never call this learning as pricing. I always talk. I want you to treat it as investment because this is what you invest in yourself to get that returns in terms of hike and get that new job. So now coming back to the investment part of it. Okay. So starting from health insurance, remember I told you that this is what you'll be learning. It's not just about learning, it's what you implement. So as an outcome, I want you to plan for your health insurance. And if you're not going for it, I want you to take that well-informed decision. So the investment value of health insurance itself, no one would give you this knowledge, no one would give you this thing of awareness. But even if I put at some pricing of it, here is the investment part of it. Okay. So this insurance awareness inside itself is priced at around 10,000 plus GST, which is around 11,800. Talking about life insurance, even life insurance, what happens is no one guides you, and what ends up happening is you end up buying life insurance, wrong life insurance policies. You end up investing more and getting no returns. Okay, most of people, even when we buy life insurance, we are looking for returns. That's a wrong thing to go for. Okay, so investment in terms of learning on for life insurance awareness, have even if you want to put some price tag, and trust me, this is still no brainer. It's 10,000 plus GST, which is around 11,800. Talking about mutual funds, remember I showed you those 20%, 25% of returns, starting from, in fact, 16, 18% was very common. What we saw is 22%, 28 was being the highest, and the lowest, it was only one fund with 6.5%. That is where I want you to grow money. And even no one shows you, talks about these secrets in the market. I'm talking about these secrets where you are growing money. Okay. And even that, if I want put a decent price tag on it, I'm still putting the same pricing, 10,000 plus GST, that is 11,800, where I'll be helping you on selecting the right funds, getting you started with the mutual funds. Okay. Usually I charge students or, the client profiles, I charge them yearly. For the first quarter or first 6 months, I'm keeping it free for you to get you started. Whether you want to continue the services and really grow your money or not, that's up to you. But I really want you to get into that awareness session so that you at least start thinking over these lines and start growing your money. With that, now we come to the Terraform thing. Okay. So for Terraform, trust me, if you check out for the curriculum fees, it is no less than 40,000 or 60,000 out in the market. With the kind of, with the kind of value that I'm bringing here on the table, I'm pricing still at a decent value, and this decent value is around 15,000 plus GST, that is 17,700. Okay, so that's a a no-brainer value actually that I'm targeting this Terraform curriculum at. But since you are here, since you are already part of the community, now here is a stack value for you. Okay, so the whole stack, if you remember, comes down to 45,000 plus GST. If I show you, if you add this, so this 11,800 for health insurance plus 11,800 for life, it's 11,800 for you can say mutual fund plus 70,700. If you add this up, including GST and everything, that is 45,000 plus GST, that is 53,100. That's a stack value. Only for limited time, guys, I'm happy to introduce this entire bundle, okay, which includes health insurance, life insurance, mutual funds, and plus Terraform thing at a pricing offer value of 21,000 plus GST, that is 24,780. And for people who can register right now, because this was the offer value, I wanted to make it no-brainer value. So for a limited time, what I did is I opened this, we can say the entire bundle, a no-brainer pricing of 15,000 plus GST, that's 7,700. Okay. For people who are ready to enroll right now, I have a greater value than this. And that value is, It's just 15,000. If you're ready to make that enrollment right away, right now, even I'm ready to absorb that GST, which means the entire bundle of health insurance, life insurance, and you can say mutual funds. It is plus Terraform. It is coming at a no-brainer price of 15K. You see a link in the, you can say, channel. So just make sure you are ready for the registrations. So just taking a quick minute. So for people who are ready to register right away and make that decision, guys, I'm ready to offer it at, like I said, absorbing the GST, that is 15K. Okay. So the final pricing for you is 15K if you are enrolling right away, right now. Okay. So if you're ready, I would be opening up a timer. Okay. This timer would be limited only for limited time. If you're ready to book this, okay, I want you to scan this link. So this is the link, okay, for you to scan and make that payment. And trust me, guys, usually I not do not call this as a payment. I call it as an investment, because this is an investment that you will be making on your learning, the self learning, so that you get returns in terms of that hike. And also this time you're not only just getting that hike, but also you are growing your money with that mutual fund and all those knowledge that I'm going to share in that financial awareness. Okay, take a moment to scan this code and get started. I'm going to open this timer for another 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going off the cam, but you have this code live another 3 minutes, and then we'll be closing. If at all you do not scan in this 3 minutes, the price will go back to the non-discounted pricing. That's the non-offer value. That's just 21,000 GST. That's 24,780. So yes, if at all you are ready to make that decision, I'm going to scan this code in next 3 minutes. So let me open the timer for you. And there is no payment link. All you need to do is just open your app and just scan this. And yes, you can go ahead with this. So let me open a timer for you here. So it would be a 3-minute timer. Okay. I want you to scan this code, and once you're done with the payment, just type D for done in the chat so that my team can get back to you, and we will be added to the WhatsApp group, guys. Okay, so don't worry on this. You'll see a timer on the screen. I'm going off the cam so that you can see this and you can book this. So yeah, I want you to take that 3 minutes, make the payment, and just type D for done in the message, and my team would be happy to welcome you on board. So yeah, over to you guys. You'll be able to see the timer on the top of your screen. So another 2 minutes left. Post that, we'll be closing this call. So it's just another 2 minutes for you to enroll with us on this no-brainer pricing. So yeah, another 2 minutes for you guys. If you're facing some issues, you can also take a snapshot of this QR code. And once you make the payment, do let my team know on the WhatsApp number that you have. But yes, do take a snapshot. We are just 90 seconds short of this limited offer. So last 1 minute to go, guys. If you're done with the registration, please type D for done in the chat so that I know you are done, and so that my team can welcome you. Last 30 seconds to go. And the countdown begins. 9 seconds to go, guys. Okay, so you can see the countdown on my screen, and we are done with the timer. So, guys, that's all what we had for today's session. If you're done with the registration, welcome to Terraform Champions Club, guys. It's so glad to see you in the community. Don't worry, my team will send you the confirmation. But what I want you to do right now is, I want you to, once you have made the payment, please send the screenshot to my team on the WhatsApp number that you have from my team. My team will just confirm you and they will add you to the WhatsApp group. But yes, if you have done the registration, welcome, to this call. So with that, we come to an end of today's call. Take care. Cheers. Bye-bye.